The International Business Times has a detailed report out from David Sirota on Hillary Clinton's transition team, and it's bad. It's a dumpster fire, and it tells you quite a bit about Hillary Clinton and who she is at her core. So he explains here, Hillary Clinton announced that her White House transition team will be led by Ken Salazar, a former lawmaker who left government to become a partner at a major law and lobbying firm. The announcement Tuesday comes as Clinton has campaigned against the so-called revolving door that allows politicians to shuttle between public and private sector work. Salazar served as Colorado's Attorney General, U.S. Senator, and Interior Secretary before traveling through the revolving door and taking a job in 2013 as a partner at WilmerHale, a law and lobbying colossus that has been called one of the most influential forces in Washington. Okay, so let's note the hypocrisy here. As she's giving speeches against the revolving door, this is so bad and this corrupts our system, she's like, I'm going to hire to lead my transition team a guy who is the epitome of the revolving door and that system and just how rotten and grotesque and disgusting it is. He continues here, Salazar's firm has lobbied for corporations who are likely to have significant business with the next presidential administration. For example, the most recent lobbying filings show the firm in 2016 has represented Cigna as it pursues a controversial merger with Anthem. Records show the firm also has represented Delta Airlines, investment firm Lazard Group, insurance giant Liberty Mutual, telecommunications behemoth Verizon, and Newmont Mining. Over the course of the 2016 campaign, Clinton has faced questions about her ongoing ties to the influence industry. Despite her anti-lobbyist rhetoric, she has raised more than $7 million from registered lobbyists. Now understand, she's actually raised way more than that, but because of some rules that currently exist, oftentimes when people become lobbyists, they have to do it under a different name to skirt the few remaining government rules we have left on that front. So they're effectively lobbyists, but they call themselves something else, and they're also giving Hillary Clinton money. But what they're saying here is from actual registered lobbyists, she's raised $7 million. This is not okay. Now, more about Salazar here. He's for TPP. He thinks it's a fantastic deal. He's in favor of fracking, and he's also for the Keystone XL pipeline, and to one extent or another, he's actually pushed for these policies, and in some cases, he's actually outright lobbied for these policies for various companies that he's worked for. Hillary Clinton picked the ultimate corrupt establishment insider to head her transition team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the media will refer to as a general election pivot. That's it. Why are you guys getting so mad? Of course this is supposed to happen. What do you mean? Yes, during the primary, she mimics all the progressive noises with her mouth. And okay, you got this liberal lion roaring up from her left named Bernie Sanders, who actually gives a fuck about the people and the policy substance. Whatever. So pivot to the left of him on some issues and go, I'm the more liberal one. Oh my God, gun policy. Look at this guy. He might as well be blowing the NRA. Am I right? Jesus, look, let me tell you, my Wall Street plan is even tougher than Bernie Sanders. These are arguments that she made. That's half the time. And then the other half the time, oh no, I'm more moderate. I'm a progressive who likes to get things done. Are you calling me a centrist? Guilty. Well, now look at what's happening. The second she gets to the general election, and we've seen other, cues and clues that point in this direction as well, she's like, okay, where do I get all the corporate insiders and lobbyists and establishment people on my team? And let's make sure they're all for TPP and Keystone XL and fracking. And, this way, when I change my mind again, what's she going to say? Oh, look, it wasn't me. It was the experts in the field who told me if I don't do it that I'm crazy. And look, it's not really the same TPP anymore. I tweaked 2 or 3 provisions in the TPP, and now it's a good trade deal. So now I'm for it, but understand it's not hypocrisy because I changed the deal. So the original deal I was against, but now I'm for it because it's different. So shut the fuck up, get off my back. Yeah, this is who I am. And what's amazing to me is, and we're going to get to this story later as well, Donald Trump, who obviously has flip-flopped on a million issues, let's be clear about that, but he said in an interview recently, I'm not going to pivot. I'm not doing a general election pivot because this is who I am. If you pivot, you're lying. Okay, that's the best thing I've ever heard him say. But the media is attacking him. They're attacking him. So Trump's getting attacked over saying, I'm not going to pivot. That's like built-in lying into the system. You say one thing in the primary and then a different thing in the general election? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Why does everybody just assume, like, oh, that's how you have to do it? That's just because strategists told you to do it. But that is lying, and that's built-in flip-flopping. That's crazy. So Trump gets attacked for that. Hillary Clinton, who's hiring people that make her go back on every single campaign promise she made to actual progressives and liberals, she's not getting attacked for this. The only people, so you have David Sirota of the International Business Times. You have, a few other online print media outlets. But in mainstream media, they're not like, oh my goodness, this shows that she's too much of a corporate insider and she's too pro-establishment. They're not doing that. And you wonder why people, fewer and fewer people are watching mainstream media, and millennials despise it, and the ratings have been horrendous. Well, actually, to be fair, since it's the election, they've actually shot up, and I guarantee you they'll go back down, because everybody goes up during the election, but can you maintain that audience? I guarantee you they cannot, because they're terrible at their job. Look, everybody knows where my opinions are as to who the ranking of the candidates. But that will never stop me from giving you all the data and all the information and telling you the problems with the different candidates. If you think Hillary Clinton is going to represent change, you're either ignorant or stupid. She's not going to change anything. Best case scenario, absolute best case scenario, and this is would be the best case scenario. Hillary Clinton is an exact continuation of Barack Obama. But even that's me being too kind to her. Because what's much more likely is that she'll be a little further right on the spectrum. And what's certainly possible is that she'll be significantly further right than Obama. I mean, Obama's done 7 military interventions. There's a chance Hillary Clinton escalates in Syria. There's a chance she takes a more standoffish attitude and escalates with Iran and Russia. So, you go for Hillary Clinton to basically hold your nose and say, okay, I'll deal with 4 more years or 8 more years of business as usual and the establishment and corporatism. And the choice is that versus potential apocalypse. Now, some people will not agree with my assessment of Donald Trump in that respect, but that's based on a lot of different things. I mean, the guy's a fucking loose cannon and he's a crazy person. But facts are facts, man. Hillary Clinton is deeply corrupt. She's a liar. She's the ultimate insider. And it's not like that stuff stops being true because her opponent is a fascist buffoon. So if you stop talking about Hillary Clinton's faults, well, you're part of the problem and you really don't care about facts above all else. So this transition team is horrendous. And every single liberal and progressive in the United States of America should be outraged by this. There should be an uproar over this. And we should say, you have to earn our fucking votes. But here's what's going on in Hillary's mind. I don't have to earn dick. Because he's so bad, and we all know that he's so bad that you got no fucking choice. This is how she's thinking. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go pander to fundamentalist Mormons in Utah, as she did. She wrote an op-ed trying to court them. I'm going to brag about neocon endorsements. She did that too. I'm going to set up a program to do outreach to disaffected Republicans. All the while Bernie voters are sitting around like, you going to do anything for us? Maybe a little bit, something. What's the biggest fig leaf she offered Bernie supporters? Maybe you could tweak some provisions in the platform. Maybe I'll meet him halfway on education policy. But outside of that, Ken Salazar is my dog. Is that his name? Did I fuck it up? Yes, Ken Salazar. It sounded fake. I don't know why. Outside of that, this guy, pro-TPP, pro-fracking, ultimate insider. Yeah, he's going to head my transition team because this is just me doing my general election pivot. Yes, it means I'm incredibly establishment, I'm an insider, I'm corrupt. But hey, this is the way the game is played, right? Well, you think that. Don't be surprised when many people in the progressive base sit home. Everybody's given the bullshit number. 90% of Bernie supporters are going to go for Hillary. That's not true. You have to look at how the polls are done. In that instance, they gave people just the choice. If you had to pick between Trump and Hillary, who's better, who's worse? Then 90% of Bernie supporters go, well, look, I despise Hillary, but obviously she's better than Trump. When you give people more options, oh, Trump, Hillary Clinton, Jill Stein, Gary Johnson, stay home, write in a candidate, then it's only like 50, 60% of Bernie supporters who are like, all right, Hillary Clinton. So Trump is imploding right now, and she's leading in pretty much every poll. Those are the facts. But understand, she's doing as much as she can to still keep this a race because she can't help herself but snub her base at every turn.